Whoa. What the fuck? What just happened? Anti-gravity field. Equip your new power? We have powers?
We need to get you back to the lawn.
Huh? I'm so confused. Oh, powers. Anti-gravity field. Generate a localized field of low gravity and hold a planet's true power. Active. Huh.
Hello. Yes, of course.
They're like, hey guys, watch
Goodbye.
this. Watch this. I'm really gonna have to fucking go to the medical center and get this shit fixed.
I wonder what has happened while we have been away.
Crix's bones.
Oh.
Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail. What in the blackest sea are you
But it
going
gave me
on about?
powers.
What did it do to you?
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it?
Yeah. Sure.
Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird.
Was a temple it did this. I'm gonna use it everywhere we it's under arrest. No. It was a temple it did this.
So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
But we do not understand the connections. We need additional information.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans.
Okay.
Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each.
Okay.
But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time.
I think there's one temple for each artifact.
It's a strong theory. Couldn't find that planetary anomaly without the data from the artifact. We'll need one to find the other.
Other planets might have gravitational anomalies. Could I just search for all of them?
You'd still need to cross-reference the artifacts we have with the data from the eye to pinpoint the source.
You just can't find all the temples with artifacts we already have.
Not all at once. You'll need to take the home voyage after you found each one. Should hopefully have more potentials for you then.
Follow up on the other anomaly you found. Hopefully it's another temple.
Don't think it's just fortunes left that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
Okay, 11K. Increase our load a little bit. Fire the power of Altair. On Altair. Gotta go to the med.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it? Ever since I got here, this has felt like home.
Those scans you ran, do they seem okay?
I hope it. Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right?
Yeah. Look at take on the galaxy. I told you if I start to feel different.
Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I let you know if I start growing extra limbs.
I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen. But we are in uncharted waters here, so
Anything
I guess
happen.
you'd just be extra handy to have around.
Same as I can tell, maybe I should get away with doctor, no offense, so I can take on the galaxy.
Okay, well, if I were a doctor, I would absolutely advise against that for a variety of reasons. But I'll take it as a positive sign for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Stay safe, okay?
Is something amiss? Right.
Alright. I think I act weird in Draja. I think her name, the J is a fucking silent J. But it's not.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yubi was looking for you.
I gotta rely on medical really fast. Fix these problems I got.
Welcome to Reliant Medical.
I'm not feeling okay, man. I need you to
Welcome
fix
to-
me up real fast. I need help.
So, what brings... Oh my. Just relax and take a walk. There you are, all right?
Need some medical
Oh, you've certainly
supplies too. Damn, I was poisoned too. I give you some medical
We
supplies.
should have everything in...
Wait, he has
Always a good idea.
more bandages. Must see a lot of patients.
Well, of course. New Atlantis is a big place. Lots of people, which means no shortage of injuries, communicable diseases. But we're well staffed and... May you remain in good health.
I will. Probably not, but you know. You know how it is. All right. Uh. First of all, it's giving me the location of the target. Like counter. Oh, so these powers are miscellaneous. Okay. Main mission is fuck this damn code. Action. All right, let's do this one. Since I know how to board now.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
There we go. Into the unknown.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Alright, time to board this shit. Talk to these people. Oh, what
Captain
we plan to do?
Do you require my assistance?
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
Tell me. I gotta take a piss for that. Alright. We can talk about UC Vigilance.
I'm not authorized to divulge information about this vessel. Suffice to say, it's one of the toughest ships in the UC's arsenal.
Army Commander Conde. Is there anything I should know?
Yeah, listen to him carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning detail.
Official so I prefer to speak to the commander. No other questions, but they can wait for the commander. I'm security.
Understood? If you'd follow me, please. So,
Roger.
You're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau City. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it.
Conde's on level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, We don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
All right.
Excuse me. I saw one of the ensigns get an Alpha Centauri from Officer Petrosian the other day. The man takes his job very seriously. Hello.
Shit, if that was me, I'd be getting hit in the face with that.
I believe we have something important to discuss. Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDev. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle big picture stuff, we deal specifically with pirates. Since you're already involved with the Vanguard, I don't have to underline how important your contribution will be to the security of our spaceways.
I understand why I'm here. Well, not entirely so on the day yet. It's all the base. Maybe a pretty good that so I'm
It
here.
appears he's certainly
here I
picked
am.
the right person for the job. So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home.
A new home?
This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDev's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
I don't need to know about that. Where is Vigilance located right now?
We're currently in the Sol system, in deep orbit around Phobos.
I know that.
As to why? I'll explain momentarily.
We need more than one to eliminate the entire fleet. But rifle.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application.
And I happen to be that person?
Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
I assume it doesn't become expendable.
Let's get one thing straight right now, soldier. I don't care if you're from the Vanguard, the Navy, or the technician that scrapes the carbon scoring of the engine nozzles. In my eyes, your past service no longer matters. You're now an agent of SysDev, meaning that it's my job to keep you alive.
For a more direct approach, I assume you already have a plan in mind. Be in a room with them and I'll talk to them.
Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Question. Why is it hotter in the East Coast than it is the West Coast? Weird, right? Aurora?
Aurora is a Class A controlled substance that's illegal to transport outside of Neon, a city on Volai. Get caught with this stuff aboard a ship, and you're looking at some serious fines.
Where did you get contraband?
That's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously holding it will be spending the rest of their life in prison.
No, they're not.
You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
Alright. Why bother gathering evidence?
Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow.
Must have quite a bit of confidence in my abilities.
If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, I would have told Commander Tuala to send someone else. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
If I get in over my head.
Then you better learn to swim, because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment. Trust your instincts. Watch your back.
I'm about to be a double agent.
I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDev, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
I mean, straight off too far off the path.
The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. They only abide by one thing: money. All of their morals and social graces fall by the wayside in pursuit of their greed. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. Think you can handle that?
I can't make promises. These places there's code of ethics.
To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing.
Okay.
Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good.
They would go up on rules and regulation. I can stay the course.
That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
And more about my expected behavior as an agent. What if I get arrested while I'm undercover?
For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines.
Damn. You have any other information about Sour Reed?
All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals.
Okay.
She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got.
Okay. Well, I'm in contact with you.
That's easy to answer. You don't.
Oh.
We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own.
It's a one-man mission of like...
As you were.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up.
Okay.
While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible.
Okay.
If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me.
Okay.
Is that understood?
Sure. Why do you need physical evidence?
Well, since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects. The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find.
Okay. I can't find anything.
I'd scour every inch of wherever the Crimson Fleet sends you. Otherwise, you're wasting our time and risking your neck for nothing. Criminals are sloppy. Look hard enough and I'm certain you'll stumble across their mess.
Okay. That's if I'm set to Crimson Fleet. You see how many skill from I think I understand.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
If there's incriminating data out there, I'll find it. Use. Are we trying to imprison the pirates or kill them?
Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is the complete eradication of the Crimson Fleet. In order to do that, we need to dismantle them piece by piece from within. If you bring me evidence, we can make arrests and slowly drain their resources. Think of it as a death by 1,000 tiny cuts.
Sounds like a touch on nerve.
It's not you, it's the Crimson Fleet. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
Like talking about it?
What? No. It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just stick to the mission and you'll be fine.
I'm a hero. I'm here because of being a vanguard. I've seen my fair share of violence.
Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return.
Okay.
As compensation for your efforts.
Okay. That's very generous.
Well, that's just it. You're not career military, are you?
No.
And speaking frankly, you're completely out of pocket during this operation. You'll be paying for your own supplies and other unexpected incidentals.
Okay.
So if I were you, I'd stop asking questions and accept the compensation.
I don't need payment to do what's right.
It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden.
Oh, this is on
and with any luck,
Sidonia.
she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Happened. The rest. If I get caught, fire hold. So you just getting personal.
Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job.
Wow, that's what's evasive as hell. How do you know more about me than I know about you? Something's on your mind, it'll make you feel better to get it out and go.
Yeah. Maybe. No, it's not really an appropriate time to be going over my private life. There are much more important things to be done. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay?
What's gonna happen to the U.S.?
We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, we'll be holding them in the Vigilance's brig. If you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see you.
What do you call it? The container in the
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequences of making that mistake.
Alright.
I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Yes.
Why was that nigga in my face like that, bro? What? Why are you in my face like that? What the? Hey, boy.
Howdy.
Oh, she's an ensign. Ain't gonna lie, ensigns don't be getting no respect, bro. It's crazy. Some do. Depending on who you are. Like, if you're like an enlisted, like as an ensign, like if you went from enlisted to ensign, motherfuckers would be respecting you, but like, I don't know. It's crazy. Motherfuckers do not be respecting like ensigns that be coming from like straight out of college. Like straight out of Naval Academy.
Yeah, what is it?
Unless you were enlisted. Why did they give me this again? Oh no, already wanted to sell that, but yeah. Oops. All right.
Hello, Captain.
Donia.
Be careful down near the mines and enter any active sites at your own risk.
Roger that.
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here? Simply cannot.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy.
Here, so, but I'm. Octai, who's that?
Octai Inbayar. He's the head of our Sidonia branch. If you want to do some trading, he's the one you need to be talking to. I'm busy.
Or something. Looking a little bit sensitive. Or something. I brought something that should interest the Crimson Fleet.
Here's an idea. Why don't you shout that louder so everyone at UC Security hears? Either show me what you're trying to unload or get the hell out of here.
Village sample.
Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
If the Trade Authority is not interested, that says a great deal.
Can't handle it. Put me on again. I thought you about anything. Best or wrong.
No, they're right. What they didn't tell you is that I have a self-preservation streak 1 kilometer wide. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit.
I just pay for that information. What if it player brings out? Ask someone else. Hey, I know.
You must be new at this game, love, so I'm gonna let that one slide. In our business, nothing gets done until money is exchanged, even if that means leaving a credit on each and every rung of the ladder as you climb your way up.
Oh, watch this.
Sure, go ahead. You shoot me, and the TA will have bounty hunters on your ass before you even get back to the spaceport. Listen, love, I've heard it all. Threats bounce right off, so either cough up the finder's fee or try and sell that shipment on your own.
Hey, 1,000.
You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Just demand the extra credits up front next time. These games are juvenile and tiresome.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you. What are you doing?
Andrea is no longer your companion.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you.
It's good.
Here, I have something for you.
Really, that's nice.
Yes. Well, it seemed like a good idea.
Oh, what
I
is it?
saw it earlier and thought you might like it. Or
Yeah.
find it useful. Or, well, whatever.
Thank you. I have to find out what it's worth. Double touching. Don't go to too much trouble on my account. Thank you.
Of
Please.
course. We are partners, are we not? I will keep an eye out in the future. And if I see something, I might hold on to it for you.
How's it going? Can I help you?
Haven't you asked me enough questions already?
Bitch, I am not here for you. Should kill you again. That felt better. Oh, way better.
Work in the deep mines. That's where you make the big bucks.
Adler Kemp.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
Sample stories, bro. Instead, you know what is.
Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. Okay.
Funny, because she said the same
I think we can
thing.
help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
You have to go to sleep, right?
Pipe down! What the hell's the matter with you? You want to get us both thrown into lockup? Look, I don't know what that big mouth Saoirse told you, but I keep who I run with a secret in public. And I suggest you do the same. Now, do you want my help moving your product, or not?
Who's we, us? I thought I was dealing with you.
You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say I have a certain influential affiliation. And leave it at that. Basically, you want that Aurora moved, I'm your guy.
Forget it, I'll just take shipment on someone else. Think about that.
Yeah, well, she isn't running the show here. I am.
I see no good reason why we should have any extra dealings with the likes of you.
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him.
I'm not doing
I want that money
dirty
back.
work. How about you want this to do?
What do I need to do here? Write you an instruction manual?
How about I kill you
You can
right
do
here?
this loud, you can do this quiet. I don't care. I just want my goddamn money, and I want this guy to remember who he screwed over.
Let's pay off there right now so we can get down to business.
Feel free to throw as many credits in my face as you want, but that isn't the point. See? His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for them.
Yes? I
Shouldn't
would
you
like
be
a
leaning
chance
on
to
Fielding
talk to
by
you.
now?
You seem to be in a business. Can I borrow some credits?
What? Get the hell out of here, smartass. Just because I kicked a few credits Carl's way doesn't mean I'm opening a goddamn bank.
Hey, it's my personal savior. Thanks again for the assist.
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, good to see you again. Still think there might be room for me on your crew?
No. yeah, that smile went away real fast.
How are you doing? It's been a while since we had a chance to catch up.
I'm hanging in there. Some more credits in my pocket would be nice, though.
Oh man, I think I'm sick, bro. I'm probably gonna wake up with a sore throat.
new freshwater deposit.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah, you owe some bread, bro.
Hey, slow down. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You owe money to anyone or not?
Of course, I owe money. Unless you're independently wealthy.
Which I am.
Everyone's in debt nowadays. I owe Deimos. I owe my landlord. I owe Galbank. Heck, I have a tab at Parsec Deep at Cespear. It's an endless list. So why don't you just leave me here? Let me get drunk and find someone else to bother. Okay?
I don't really have time to play games.
What? Play what games? You're obviously confusing me with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though.
Must be nice knowing you. I'm sure your funeral will be lovely.
Hey now. Take it easy there. Let me think about that person you mentioned. Adler, was it? Oh, wait. You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else.
Yeah.
I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit.
No, we need it now, my guy.
I'll even bring it to him personally.
No, we need it now.
Yeah?
Need it now. You know, or Deimos will be sending your corpse back home in a casket.
Come on! Give me a break! What the? Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Clearly, this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
Promise to stop. Why are you hurting so bad with the credits?
I'm a miner for Deimos. It's not what I was hoping for out of life. But here I am. Yeah, it's a lousy company. Pays me a salary. But I depend on the profit-sharing bonuses to keep food on the table for my family.
Ellie thinks he spent all the money on boots.
Hey, now wait a second. Just because things are tough, and I might be spending my afternoons at the spear, it doesn't mean I don't care about my family. Adler doesn't get to judge me. No, he's just a low-life pirate who thinks he can push everyone around.
That's only 3K credits.
Holy crap. Really? You'd do that for me? Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. for everything. And don't worry, I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
What is it? If you have the time, I wish to speak to you. We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple?
Yeah.
I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was?
It's beautiful. I never imagined places. There didn't look like any culture I've seen. The thing made me uncomfortable from the jump.
And it seems fitting that you were the one to discover it. Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights?
Shouldn't take wild guesses. Keep going, we'll find out for sure. Maybe they can vote there. That I didn't see the videos in there or pick a bush if that's what you're asking. My curves on magic tricks. No way he was responsible. We shouldn't take wild guesses. There are people there just never met.
I suppose it is possible, but I cannot imagine anyone who could build such a thing. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects?
Think there'll be side effects?
How can any of us know what will happen? This is the definition of unprecedented, is it not?
Yeah. Maybe besides the pen test. Power I have? No, I'm good.
Yes. I meant apart from that.
Oh.
I am still trying to comprehend that on its own. The artifacts that temple this new ability you have acquired. Clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized.
We got this far by working together. There's actually a constellation. The constellation is swearing I'm told to be a part of it. When it's over our team. We got this far by working together.
Yes, you are right. And if we continue to work together, perhaps we can start to explain some of this. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here.
Okay, it's auto-saving, good. I was about to save it.
If you can tough it out on Mars.
This life ain't easy, but
Have something for me?
What are you talking about?
Don't start that crap with me. I'm in no mood. Did you bring me the money Fielding owes me, or do I need to pay him a visit myself?
Yeah, I see her.
There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
Thought getting money would be enough. Got the message.
Nice. Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates?
What exactly are your associates?
If you haven't figured that out by now, then maybe you aren't cut out for our line of work.
If you think they can handle me.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you. I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
Hold up.
Until next time. I wanted to thank you. You seemed...
It isn't great. Starting to think I should get my day job. Certainly not 24.
I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps
Adrian?
Matteo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your
Matteo?
abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
No. I just play. Certainly they're unique. Just all the time, if you're asking, I assume you like don't. Certainly they're unique.
I cannot tell if that is a compliment or an attempt to avoid the question. I will assume the former. I have a very different background from the rest of Constellation. I carry myself differently. I worry that some of the others are unable to see past this. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death.
Definitely not familiar. Other great paths.
Yes, exactly. I survived. That was the only goal. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite.
You try to tell them we're jokes. Trust me, you have a lot going for you.
That is kind of you. You also have a lot going. I find expressing affection difficult, but truly. Thank you. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense?
Really stop worrying about this. People of me still being included in this problem. I think we're just saying it's childish.
Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief.
I didn't even have the option.
I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence.
It's important to you that I not say anything, and now you owe me one.
Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
Damn, so nobody understands you? That's fucking...
Stay away, huh?
So nobody understands you? God damn. Ain't gonna lie, that's kind of fucked. Oh, we can't open these lockers.
Keep your eyes peeled for signs of terror. Put your children on the right track to success and enroll today.
Alright. Oh wait, hold up. There we go.
You're back in our own ship.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Wait, what did he say? A medical supply ship? Options. Austin.
This job isn't about the loot, but I suppose every dog needs its scraps. Keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just remember, the only thing that matters is that Rake dies.
Okay.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
This Neva Mora, her words are measured and carry weight. She is not to be trifled with.
What do you want, Austin Rake?
Rake used to run with the fleet.
Did
Hell, I'm the
Vladimir
one who
inform
vouched
you
for him
that
in
I
the
will
first
be
place.
making another delivery?
Back then he had a different
Alright.
name and a different
Suppose you were
identity.
due for one.
He was a damn good earner too. Brought in a ton of credits.
Sarah, why are you talking?
Yes, Vladimir and I agreed on what should be included.
And
that's all fine. Do let me know if you get a response. That is highly unlikely, but if it happens, I will be sure and tell you.
What are you still doing here?
He said, don't try to help me. Oh, we're going to Saturn.